Beep, beep, beep. The sound was deafening. It was the loudest sound I had ever heard. Smoke was filling the kitchen. My cat was running under the sofa, and in the middle of the chaos, I stood there, holding a spatula, staring at a black, ruined pan. I wanted to cry. My friends were arriving in exactly 20 minutes. This was supposed to be the perfect dinner party. Instead, it was a kitchen nightmare. Hello everyone, I'm Maya. Welcome to the English Leap podcast. Today, I am going to tell you the true story of my biggest cooking failure. Through this disaster, you are going to learn essential kitchen vocabulary, and we will practice the past tense to tell stories vividly. But let's rewind. Let's go back 24 hours, before the fire, before the smoked. It all started on a beautiful Saturday morning. I woke up feeling ambitious. I decided I didn't want to order pizza again. I wanted to be a master chef. I went to the internet and searched for impressive but easy dinner recipes. I found it. Beef bourguignon. A fancy French stew. It looked delicious. The recipe said, prep time, 20 minutes. I thought, easy. I can do this. Spoiler alert, it did not take 20 minutes so. I grabbed my shopping bags and went to the supermarket. Shopping for food in English can be tricky. Do you know the difference between an aisle and a counter? Before we enter the supermarket, let's learn the vocabulary of shopping. Word guide. Hello. Let's get our shopping cart ready. Word number 1, recipe, noun. A set of instructions for preparing a particular dish. I followed the recipe exactly. Word number 2, ingredients, noun. The foods you need to make the dish. For this stew, the ingredients were beef, carrots, onions, and wine. Word number 3, ambitious, adjective. Having a strong desire to succeed, Maya was ambitious because she tried a difficult French dish for her first time. Back to Maya in the supermarket. The supermarket was crowded. It was Saturday, so everyone was there. I needed to find the vegetables first. I walked to the produce section. Produce means fresh fruits and vegetables. It is a very useful word. I picked up some carrots. They needed to be firm, not soft. Then I looked for onions. But there were red onions, white onions, yellow onions. The recipe just said onions. I panicked and bought the red ones because they looked pretty. This was mistake number 1. Red onions are for salads, not stews. Next, I went to the butcher's counter for the meat. There was a man in a white apron holding a big knife. He looked scary. I stepped up and said, "Excuse me, I need beef for a stew." He asked, "Do you want chuck roast or sirloin?" I had no idea. I just pointed and said, "That one, please." He wrapped it in paper and handed it to me. I felt like an adult. My cart was full. I had the ingredients. I was ready to go home, but then I saw the bakery. The smell of fresh bread hit my nose. I couldn't resist. I bought a baguette. You know, for testing. I paid for my groceries and walked home. I felt confident. I thought, cooking is easy. It's just buying things and heating them up. Oh, poor Maya. She had no idea what was coming. Arrived home and unpacked everything on the kitchen island. It looked like a TV cooking show. I put on my apron, but then I realized I didn't have the right tools. I opened the drawer. I needed a sharp chef's knife. But I only had a small, dull fruit knife. And a spoon. It's fine, I thought. A professional chef can cook with anything. Lie number 2. I placed the cutting board on the counter. It was time for the prep work. First, the onions. I peeled the skin off. It was messy, then I started to chop. 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 Suddenly, my eyes started to burn. It felt like fire. I was crying rivers of tears. My makeup was running down my face, and looked like I just watched a tragic movie. But it was just an onion. I ran to the window and opened it to get some fresh air. Okay, I said. Onions are done. Now, the carrots. The carrots were hard. My knife was dull. It was a dangerous combination. I pushed down hard and slip. The knife missed my finger by 1 millimeter. I froze. I took a deep breath. Be careful, Maya. Don't lose a finger. Finally, all the vegetables were chopped. It looked okay. Not great, but okay. Now, it was time for the heat. I turned on the stove. The recipe said, sear the beef on high heat. Sear means to cook the surface of the meat very quickly until it is brown. I poured oil into the big pot. I waited for it to get hot. Maybe I waited too long. The oil started to smoke slightly. I threw the meat in. SSSSZZZT. The sound was explosive. Hot oil splashed onto my apron. I jumped back. Ouch. But it smelled good. It smelled like real cooking. I stirred the meat with my wooden spoon. I felt proud. Next step, add the wine and let it simmer. I poured the wine into the pot. The purple liquid bubbled up. Simmer means to cook slowly, just below boiling point. Gentle bubbles. I turned the heat down, or I thought I turned it down. I put the lid on the pot. Okay, I said. Now I have 20 minutes to relax. This was the moment. The beginning of the end. I left the kitchen. I went to the living room to set the table. I put out the forks and knives. I folded the napkins. Then I got a text message. It was my best friend, Sarah. I sat on the sofa to reply. Can't wait to see you. Dinner is almost ready. I started scrolling through Instagram. Just for a minute. Remember the digital detox video? I failed my own advice. 1 minute passed. 5 minutes passed. 10 minutes passed. I in the kitchen. The simmer turned into a boil. The wine was evaporating. The meat was burning, but I couldn't hear it. I was watching a funny cat video. Before we see the explosion, let's learn the cooking verbs we just used. Word Guide 1. Chop, verb to cut into small pieces. 2. Peel, verb to remove the skin of a fruit or vegetable. 3. Stir, verb to mix ingredients with a spoon in a circular motion. 4. Simmer versus boil. Simmer is gentle, low heat. Boil is aggressive, high heat. Back to Maya. Can you smell the smoke? It started with a smell. At first, I thought it was a neighbor having a barbecue. It smelled like charcoal. Then, the smell got stronger. It smelled like burning rubber. My nose twitched. Sniff. Sniff. Wait a minute, I thought. I am cooking beef, not tires. Then I remembered. The pot. The simmer. The wine. I threw my phone on the sofa and jumped up. My heart was racing. I ran to the kitchen door. And that was when the alarm started. Beep. 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 The sound was piercing. It hurt my ears. Smoke was pouring out of the pot like a volcano. 8:30 to 9:15 MOIA, I ran to the stove. I turned the heat off. I grabbed a towel and lifted the lid. Bad idea. A giant cloud of black smoke hit me in the face. Cough. Cough. I waved my hand to clear the smoke. I looked inside the pot. It wasn't beef bourguignon anymore. It was charcoal. The meat was black. The onions were black. The bottom of the pot was destroyed. It was ruined. Completely ruined. I stood there, coughing, eyes watering, holding the black lid. And then. Ding dong. The doorbell. It was 7 p.m. Sarah and the others were here. Maya, I panicked. I looked at the mirror. My face was covered in soot, black ash. My hair was messy. My kitchen smelled like a campfire. I walked to the door. I took a deep breath. I opened it. There stood Sarah, Mike, and Jenny. They were holding a bottle of wine and flowers. They looked beautiful. Clean. Happy. They looked at me. Their smiles dropped. Sarah sniffed the air. Maya, she asked. Is everything okay? I wanted to lie. I wanted to say, yes. It's a new smoky recipe. But I couldn't. I just pointed to the kitchen and said, I burned it. I burned everything. 10 to 10:45, MOIA, there was a moment of silence. I thought they would be angry. I thought they would leave. But then Mike started laughing. Then Jenny started laughing. And finally, Sarah hugged me. It's okay, Master Chef, she joked. We are not here for the food. We are here for you. But I have nothing to feed you. I cried. I am a terrible host. No, Mike said. You just need plan B. He pulled out his phone. Do you want pepperoni or Hawaiian? Take out. The savior of bad cooks everywhere. But before we eat the pizza, let's learn the vocabulary of disaster. Vocabulary break. Word guide. 1. Ruined, adjective. Definition, destroyed or spoiled completely. Example, the rain ruined our picnic. 2. Starving, adjective. Definition, very, very hungry. Example, I skipped lunch, so I am starving now. 3. Takeout/takeaway, noun. Definition, food prepared in a restaurant to be eaten at home. Example, let's order Chinese takeout tonight. 4. Plan B, noun phrase. Definition, an alternative plan used when the first plan fails. Example, if it rains, plan B is to watch a movie inside. So, we ordered 3 large pizzas. We opened the windows to let the smoke out. We sat on the floor of my living room, eating pizza from the box, drinking the wine they brought. And you know what? It was the best dinner party ever. We laughed about my black beef stew. We told stories. We were relaxed. If I had cooked the perfect meal, I would have been stressed. I would have been running back and forth to the kitchen. But because I failed, I could actually sit down and enjoy my friends. It was a blessing in disguise. 12:15 to 1300 hours, MOIA. A blessing in disguise is something that seems bad at first, but results in something good. The fire was bad. But the night was good. So, here is the lesson for today. In the kitchen, and in English, you are going to burn things. You are going to make mistakes. You are going to use the wrong word. You are going to use the wrong ingredient. It's okay. Don't cry over burnt onions. Just order the pizza. Don't cry over bad grammar. Just keep speaking. Your friends, your real friends, don't care if your grammar is perfect. They care about you. Next time you try to do something ambitious, remember my kitchen nightmare. If you fail, tell the story. Laugh about it. It makes you human. Now, I have a question for you. Have you ever had a cooking disaster? Did you burn a cake? Did you put salt instead of sugar? I want to hear your kitchen nightmare. Write it in the comments below using the past tense. I tried to cook, and then. I promise I won't laugh. Okay, maybe I will laugh a little bit, but with love. 1345 to 1500 hours, MOIA. That's it for today's story. The smoke has cleared. The pizza is gone. And I think I will stick to making salads for a while. If you enjoyed this story, please like the video. It helps us buy new pots and pans. I'm Maya. This is the English Leap podcast. Bon appetit, and see you next time.